Okay, so I may or may not have just an entire box just filled with sonic screwdrivers. Hello everyone, now I hope you're having a good Easter so far. I have personally been eating my body weight in chocolate, which have made me question if I'll ever eat chocolate again, which I obviously will. Probably as soon as this video is finished. I thought I'd just make this video just to sort of explain how I ended up being in Doctor Who and my experience filming the episode. The episode is actually out today, so everyone have to go and watch. I am in episode 1 of season 10 of Doctor Who, which happens to be my favorite show of all time. I feel like I've already talked about this way too much, but it's a big deal for me, and I know that's super nerdy, but I am a nerd and proud. Being in my favorite show, a show that means the world to me, that's a big deal. I've always been the kind of person who gets overly obsessed with TV shows. Like, everyone knows this about me. I get this like strange emotional connection, and I'm assuming most of you guys can relate to this. I mean, I believe that there are two kinds of fans. Number one is the normal type, the one who just watches the show, enjoys the show, and then you have the kind of person who watches the show but just can't leave it there. Oh no. We are talking internet people who needs to know every single detail about the thing they have just watched. This is the kind of person who sits up for hours and do research about characters, actors, everything. We just need to know it all. And I am obviously one of these people, so the fact that I am in my favorite TV show is kind of confusing. If I'm someone who watches Doctor Who, how can I be in Doctor Who? It's like some sort of paradox. Like, how did I, a girl from Norway who doesn't even air Doctor Who, end up in Doctor Who? I don't even know, dude. All I know is that it feels like a big deal. Okay, so how did I end up working in Doctor Who? Well, the whole thing started when I was living in Cardiff. I had been studying film and television production for a year, then everything in my life went to shit and I had to drop out, which was really sad, but it led to me getting a job at the Doctor Who Experience, which was already a big deal for me. I got to be an actress, which is something I have no training in, so that was surprising. But it was really fun. I got to, you know, run around flying the TARDIS all day with other fans. It was great. I got to, you know, have a conversation with Peter Capaldi every day. He got to insult me. It was brilliant. In my break one day, you know, casual, just having saved the universe, have to go out and eat some food, as you do. Everyone was like buzzing about something, and it turned out that we got the opportunity to be in Doctor Who, and I signed up the last minute. I had to like literally run after my boss to be like, please let me be a part of this. It was such a great opportunity, and you need to realize that like everyone who works at the Doctor Who Experience are like crazy Doctor Who fans. Like, they're all brilliant. I love them. And this is like the biggest thing they could have asked us to do. And a week later, there we were at the Doctor Who set. It was actually filmed at Cardiff University, which was doubling for Bristol University, I believe. I might be wrong, but I think it was Bristol it was supposed to be. We were told that we were playing students in a lecture hall, and that the Doctor, Peter Capaldi, would be our professor, and that Pearl Mackie would be also one of us. If you haven't been to a film or television set before, it is a lot of waiting around, especially if you are an extra, because basically you need to just go when they say go. So yeah, they got us this little bus. We had little tables. I brought like trail mix. We were all happy, and we were getting like really pumped up. We were all sitting there just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So that was really fun. And what's good about this is because I was with all my people from the Doctor Who Experience, you know, they're all my friends. So we got to sort of experience this together and be crazy fangirls without being, you know, unprofessional. If you're with like a casting agency, you can't do that. Suddenly it was time. They called upon us to go into sets, and what surprised me is that this was a huge lecture hall, like a gigantic one. And what they did, there was so few of us, so what they did, they sort of put us in each section of this lecture hall, and they would film the scene over and over so that when the episode airs and they do different, you know, angles, you will see the same people, but you probably won't notice that when watching the scene, but you will now because I told you. So there will be 3 of me and 3 of all my friends. Brilliant. This still cracks me up because in the season 10 trailer they actually show the lecture hall for a second and you can see 3 of everyone, and it's so funny. Would never have noticed that if I wasn't in it, but I was just like, that's me, and that's me, and that's me, what? And that's Callum, and then that's Callum, and that's Joe, and that's Joe. In the first take, they sort of told us where to sit, so I didn't get to sit with any of my friends. I was sitting next to two strangers, and these were from casting agencies. The girl was so brilliant. We were just like, Doctor Who, yes, yes, Doctor Who. The guy next to me was the funniest person I have ever encountered in my life. Such a nice guy. But when Peter Capaldi came out for the first time, we hadn't seen him before this, he just sort of casually walked onto this podium and we're all like, everyone just froze. Nobody said a word. Everyone was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's him, he's just there. He's just casually there. What the hell, how is Peter Capaldi the Doctor? He was in costume and he was just there. Everyone knew and everyone was just staring at him. And this guy next to me, after like maybe a minute, he just looks at me, he's like, who's that? Points at Peter Capaldi. Everyone around us were just like, that just made me laugh. Then we all got handed notepads or books or folders, so we had something in our hands, which I was really happy about because I was feeling really awkward. I've never been on camera before except like YouTube, so I was sitting there just like, I don't know, I didn't know what to do with my body. So a notepad was good because then I could like make notes and draw stuff. I drew a TARDIS, so the guy next to me was like, what's that? So he's the TARDIS. He's like, no it's not, that's not how you draw a TARDIS. And I was like, yes it is. I've seen a lot of TARDISes in my life. I know how to draw a TARDIS. He's like, no, it doesn't have the light on top. And I'm like, it has a light on top. The crew told us to just write notes and pay attention to the lecture or not. We could choose what we wanted to do. If we wanted to be, you know, the lazy students, like I would probably be, if we wanted to look like we were falling asleep, whatever, or making notes. But as I said, I got the notepad, I was committed to the notepad. Then they called action and they did a take. Peter Capaldi had this like really long monologue. It was great. Oh my god. I'm probably gonna upload this video right before the episode comes out, but they have released promo pictures of this, so it's not a spoiler. But Peter Capaldi writes time and relative dimensions in space after having a huge monologue about time, and he writes that on the board and we all just like, that's the thing from the show, he wrote the TARDIS word, he did the thing. It was really great. As I said, they kept on moving us to different sections of the auditorium, which was great because we got to see Peter Capaldi do the same thing for like, I would say like 4 or 5 hours. It took a long time, but it was great. It was like watching a play with just Peter Capaldi, like a one-man show. Here's the thing, after the first take, they took away my notepad. I don't know why, they just walked up to me and took it away. And they did the same to like a few people, so obviously like they didn't want everyone to like be writing, but yeah, they took away my notepads. Now I feel naked. I'm like, I don't know what to do with my body. I told you I have no idea how to even pretend to act. I was just sitting there just like, they took away my security blanket. So for the next take, when we'd moved around, I purposely sat next to my friends. I needed to sit next to friends so that we could discuss the scene during takes and just to sort of together. So in most of the scenes I am sitting next to my friends, mostly Joe, who is also a YouTuber, TARDIS Archives, 100,000 subscribers, jeez Joe. Every single take was so different and it seemed like Peter Capaldi was improvising a lot, which was great because every take was so unique, and I'm so excited to see how they will edit this together because as someone who's like studied film and TV for a bit, like how the hell will they edit that together? It was great. Like Peter Capaldi would suddenly like pick on people in the audience. Like the guy next to me, Peter Capaldi like pointed at him and he's like, are you alive? And the guy was like, yeah. My favorite part was during like a slower part of the monologue, Peter Capaldi just looked at us and he went, it was like in the middle of a sentence, he was like, and blah 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 blah, and you kids and your social fucking media. And we were just like, did he just swear at us? Did Malcolm Tucker just like possess him? You kids and your social fucking media. I have a strong inkling that they're not gonna use that take. I think what I've learned from this whole experience is that just Peter Capaldi is awesome, just in general. He is so cool. He was just so much fun. Like he kept on like chatting to everyone between takes. He obviously apologized to the people that he like pointed out. He's just a beautiful human and I love him. After Peter Capaldi had done the scene a few times, they brought in Pearl Mackie to sit among us, you know, among the students. And yeah, it was fun to see her as well. She is so nice. I've been lucky enough to meet her about twice now and she's so lovely. She's so sweet. I'm so excited for Bill. After a few hours we were sadly done. Like I would have happily stayed there for a lot more time if they asked me. And on the way out, Pearl Mackie was like doing lines. She said bye to me and I was like So yeah, I was an extra on Doctor Who and I survived and they paid me for it. I would have done it for free. And yeah, I'm making this into such a big deal, but for me it is. And yeah, I'm probably just gonna be a few like blonde blurred pixels in the background of a scene, an awesome scene with Peter Capaldi. But I know that I was there, which makes me part of the Doctor Who universe. So I'm just throwing it out there, alternate universe where me and all my friends sort of, they know what's going on. They know the Doctor's a time traveler. I'm suggesting like Class Part 2, just University Edition. As I said, BBC, I'll do it for free, you know, call me. But yeah, that is all I had to say. Let me know if you have any questions about this whole thing, because it was fun and I've probably forgotten to mention things. But yeah, leave a comment below and let me know if you're excited for the new season, and I will see you again very soon. Bye! It's not a wand, what am I doing? I'm getting my fandoms mixed up.